We will continue to the item 5, 27th Annual Report on Monitoring the Application of EU Law. And I want to give the floor to the rapporteur, Cristian Busoi.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, dear colleagues, this is the second annual report on the application of EU law on which I work, and I'm pleased because it gives me the possibility to compare the progress made from one year to another. This is something that we already discussed when we adopted the report of Mrs. Caliente on governance and partnership in the single market, an important debate that we should take into account also for the current debate. The proper application of EU law is crucial in order to guarantee the smooth functioning of the single market. If we compare 2008 with 2009, we can notice some progress, but to be honest, nothing really spectacular. When reading these reports, I sometimes have a déjà vu feeling, which is rather disappointing. There are a certain number of areas where we need to strengthen our efforts. Professional qualifications, services on public procurement are some of them. These are recurrent issues, which means that there is something to be done in order to have a progress in this area. However, I think we do have reasons to stay optimistic because things have slightly improved. For instance, the average number of late transposition cases has dropped from 55% to 51%. Moreover, infringement procedures needed a bit less time than in the previous decade. But still, the number of infringement cases remains high, which means that things can be further improved. The Commission should not hesitate to use the possibility introduced by the Lisbon Treaty to ask for financial sanctions from the very first stage if there is no other solution to convince Member States to take the implementation of EU law more seriously. Since infringement procedures still require a lot of time, I welcome the fact that the EU pilot project has attracted more Member States, since this project, based on the cooperation between the European Commission and Member States, can help solving problems at an early stage, avoiding infringements. To avoid improper implementation, EU institutions can also do something. We definitely need to be more careful when drafting legislation and try to be clearer and more precise. This would increase legal certainty and help public authorities to better understand EU law. Correlation tables can be of great help because they provide more clarity and allow proper monitoring of the application of single market legislation. Another idea that I welcome is the creation of a database including legislation and case law for unfair commercial practices. Such database can be very useful for both public authorities and citizens, and I believe that implementing them in all other fields would be useful. Moreover, the data from correlation tables could also be put in such databases to increase transparency. Last but not least, I would like to reiterate my support for the further development of Solvit and Your Europe portal so that citizens are aware of their rights and receive proper assistance if they have difficulties due to the lack of implementation or due to bad implementation. Of course, given the text limit for the draft opinion, the text I have presented to you is not exhaustive. It can be improved, and this is why I would be more than happy to hear your views and to receive amendments from the shadow rapporteurs or from any other colleagues which like to improve this opinion. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.